By design, the first hour of my day is centered around my phone. Having unlimited access with countless videos, I'm able to watch as my governmental officials spread hate, propaganda, and fear-mongering. They harvest the power of language to subjugate those they see lower than them, to torture and abuse. These illegal aliens are hard workers, innovators, children, overall the people who help our country thrive.
We pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country.
Now, a murderer, I believe this, it's in their genes. And we got a lot of bad genes in our country right now.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that.
They use certain language to dehumanize one group while desensitizing the other, hiding their plans behind plausible deniability, to be overlooked, or to say you're reaching if found.
That they wanted to separate and segregate, they began calling them immigrants. Even people who had been in Germany for generations, Jews who were doctors, lawyers in government at the time, became known as immigrants, even though they were German. And this is a way to begin to segregate people. And then eventually, at least what happened in Germany, is that they turned it into a way to almost dehumanize. And then they did, in fact, dehumanize and kill people. I don't know where it's going with Donald Trump. What I can tell you is the things that he talks about are frightening to those of us who know the history of Europe in the 1930s and 40s. And I'm deeply concerned about his predilection for revenge.
Coming home from school and forcing myself to finish my assignments while the little voice inside my head tells me that nothing matters when there are people being kidnapped, ripped from their families, tortured because they don't have a few pieces of paperwork. It tells me to be enraged and not compliant, to boycott the world and be defiant. Somehow my assignment, still due at 11:59, seems so small compared to people dying. Refusing to spiral out, I turn to my phone once again, but look out, it's a trap, just like it always is in the end.
In Van Nuys, a car wash owner has filed a $50 million civil rights claim after being arrested and injured during an immigration raid at his business. The 79-year-old U.S. citizen was slammed to the ground by federal agents.
Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough.
For months, masked federal agents have aggressively engaged with protesters in several states while carrying out the president's immigration directives. Shooting pepper balls into faces, using cars to move people, and even employing chokeholds on protesters, tactics endorsed by President Trump.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers.
But a lot of the people that your administration has arrested and deported aren't violent criminals. Is it your intent to deport people who do not have a criminal record?
We have to start off with a policy, and the policy has to be: you came into the country illegally, you're going to go out.
As a biologist, I feel like it feels almost silly to constantly be arguing about the legality of migration as if human evolution itself was not a story of migration. You are where you are because somebody before you moved. Every single one of us has migration in our history, and every single one of us will have migration in our future. There is no future for the human species without migration in it. So if you criminalize migration, you criminalize movement, and if you've criminalized movement, you've simply criminalized your humanity.
Don't call them animals, they're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans, they're animals.
My dad didn't do nothing. He's not a criminal. No, the Hispanic people not doing nothing bad. They just did nothing.
Experiencing my father taken away from me.